This is our civics lesson second, the Indian Parliament. As we have learned in a previous class about the Indian Constitution, this lesson we are going to study about the Parliament plays an important role in parliamentary system of government. We will discuss about Parliament of India. So let's see.
Introduction. The Constitution of India has created the Parliament of India. The legislature at the national level, that is the level of the central government, is called the Parliament. It consists of the President and the two houses of Parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Though President is an inseparable part of the Parliament, he or she cannot participate in the discussion in either of the houses. So students, we will see Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is the lower and the first house of the Parliament of India, directly elected by the people. Hence, the Lok Sabha is called the first house. The members of Lok Sabha are elected directly by people from the territorial constituencies. The tenure of Lok Sabha is 5 years. The elections take place after every 5 years are known as general elections. If the Lok Sabha gets dissolved before the completion of 5 years, then elections held in such case are called mid-term elections. There can be a maximum of 552 members in the Lok Sabha. Some seats are reserved for members belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In case there are no representatives from the Anglo-Indian community, the President can appoint 2 members from this community to the Lok Sabha. Now we will see Rajya Sabha. The upper and the second house of Parliament is the Rajya Sabha. The members of Rajya Sabha are indirectly elected. As the name suggests, Rajya Sabha gives representation to 29 states and 7 union territories in India. The total membership of Rajya Sabha is 250 members. Amongst them, 238 members are elected from the constituent states and union territories. The remaining 12 members are appointed by the President. These members are usually experienced and distinguished personalities from the field of literature, arts, science, sports and social work. Rajya Sabha is never dissolved completely, hence it is called a permanent house. 1/3 members of total membership of Rajya Sabha who have completed their tenure of 6 years retire after every 2 years, and equal number of new members get elected. Now students, as we have learned about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, you have to remember all these points of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Now we will learn functions of Parliament. Formulations of laws. In order to achieve welfare of the people and the objectives of the Constitution, the Parliament has to formulate new laws. Also, outdated laws are repealed. Necessary changes are made in some laws. Control over Council of Ministers. Parliament exercises control over the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers by checking if they disregard the Parliament and its functions. Amendments to the Constitution. The Parliament decides whether to make any amendment to the Indian Constitution, the Parliament discussed whether to accept it or not by simple majority or by simple majority two-thirds. Now we will see what is the role of the Speaker. The members of Lok Sabha elect a Speaker and Deputy Speaker. Lok Sabha functions under the guidance and control of the Speaker. After getting elected as Speaker, he or she has to conduct the business of the House in an unbiased manner. The Speaker has to maintain the decorum and dignity of the House as well as interpret the rules of daily functioning of the House and work accordingly. Now we will see the Chairman of Rajya Sabha's role. The Chairman exercises control over the functioning of Rajya Sabha. The Vice President is the ex officio Chairman of Rajya Sabha. The functions of Rajya Sabha Chairman also include maintaining the discipline in the House, facilitating discussions, giving members a chance to speak, etc. Now we will learn about the procedure for making a law. We will see first reading, second reading, third reading and assent and signature of the President. In first reading, the Minister of the concerned department or ministry or member of the Parliament presents the bill and briefly explains its structure while presenting. This is called as first reading. Then in second reading, there are two stages of second reading. In the first stage, the objectives of the proposed bill are discussed and members in the House express their opinions on it. The supporters of the bill give favorable opinion while the opponents discuss the defects and faults in the bill. After the discussions, the bill is sent to a committee of the House. The committee report, consisting of instructions and recommendation, is sent to the House in order to make the bill flawless. Now the second phase of the second reading begins. In this phase, the bill is discussed cause by cause. Members can suggest changes. After this, voting is taken in the House. Then third reading. The bill is discussed briefly again during the third reading. Voting is taken for approving the bill. If the bill gets an assent by the required majority, then the bill is considered as passed by the House. The bill undergoes the same procedure even in the other House. After getting an approval by both the Houses, the bill is further sent for assent by the President. If there occurs a difference of opinion between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha over a specific bill, the future of this bill is decided in a joint meeting of both the Houses. After the final assent and signature of the President, the bill is converted into the law and the law is made. So students, these are the procedures to make the law and how this bill is converted into the law.
So my dear students, I hope you understood all the points of the Indian Parliament of our second lesson. Thank you.